Well, it's interesting because coming into this payrolls, it was quite benign. So when you looked at the pricing ahead of NFP,
There
it
wasn't a
was
bet.
there wasn't a bet that at the money straddle Tom was coming in, very complacent under the normal standard deviation. And, I think probably given what the market reaction is, it'll probably end up being correct. Now that changes out to September. So our term structure, those future expectations of
Right.
volatility are a lot higher. And it's essentially saying to me, we've kicked a lot of things. We're in the middle of these reprieves. That doesn't mean there isn't going to be stuff going on. It's just going to happen later.
Are your clients, are they looking to buy protection here? Whether it's just tweet protection, I don't know what you guys call it, but the volatility just feels like I can't predict it at all. Is there something you can provide for them on the protection side?
Well, look, I know Tom likes the Greeks a lot,
Yep.
but my bad vol joke is there's another Greek, tweeta. So just
Okay.
the sensitivity of implied volatility to Donald Trump's tweets. And, my kids will cringe. But look, it's a real thing.
Yep.
It really creates volatility potholes. All you need to do is look to last night, and you can
Yep.
see that idiosyncratic risk in Tesla. You can see it in the macro risk, and that does not go away. I only think that is something that investors have to contend with. And the one thing I'll say is, look, there is hedging going on. There is demand for that. It's in those further tenors, because once we roll off these reprieves, we're still going to have to figure out what we do in terms of the market and the distribution of fat tails that we see.
Is it more expensive today to buy protection in the options and futures and options markets than it was a year ago?
So look, here's what I'll say. A little bit, yes.
Okay.
But when you kind of look to, let's go back to Liberation Day, how expensive things have gotten.
Okay.
We've rolled off significantly. And I would argue that there has been a big change between last year and this year
Right.
in terms of how real people think those tariff guardrails have been removed. And so if I had to make a quick advertising for hedging, I would say
Right.
it's relatively inexpensive considering the tails that could occur if we don't get any good resolutions.